Hey everybody. Hi. Oh, how you doing? All right. Yesterday was a bit of a debacle. My apologies to any and all who were here tuning in while I was summoned away from teaching and having fun with my guitar. I guess I'm back for a little bit more. I have a little break between students, and I thought I would come on board and come online and share with you. Hello, hi. I wanted to share with you guys this idea that I've been throwing around for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. It's just this sound that I hear Garcia making to help build tension over top of any kind of chord. So while he's playing over top of a B chord, he'll play something like those kind of building sequences. Okay, this quick little pumps of four, right? So I have a little loop here set up of the Scarlet Jam. Let's see if that sounds. Hey, you come here, come on, and go. There we go. Okay, any and all of these ideas, okay? And how do we introduce chromaticism into our lines? All right. And the trick with chromaticism is to realize when you're taking advantage of forward or reverse momentum, kind of where you're inflating or deflating the sound. So, you're playing wrong notes effectively, right? You're allowing wrong notes into the equation, but the momentum, one way or the other, okay, is so strong that the human ear actually forgives the sour note. So that's true chromaticism, where we're literally playing every note between point A and point B. But then there's this hazy world that I like called pseudo-chromaticisms, where you can take this shape right here, for example. This is the B, and then the 2, the flat 3, and the 3. Okay? And then we would go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? Okay, now that's a big jump. Okay, then we're on the 5 of the B chord, and now we can come up to the 7, or go and do the same little. Okay, so the cool thing is you can interchange these things. So we can go. Right, make our way from a B chord sound, build tension, inflate the balloon, and then relieve that tension by hitting the root of the E chord. So if we did that over the B again, this is just a static B mixo jam, basically. You can hear that going 1, da-ba-da-bum, ba-ba-da-bum, ba-ba-da-bum. So that's what I'm talking about. Does that work for anybody? There's 14 people working out there. I'm watching out there. Is that something that we're interested in talking about? I love those kind of licks, and they really sound like they sound really dynamite in when we're like lingering on a chord before we go back into a progression. So if we're doing like I had to learn the hard way to let her pass by, let her pass by. Right, where we build tension over that static sound, okay? So set up a one chord groove or a one, and I would say using a flat 7 sound is a good way to go about this for sure. All right, so if you're looking at just set up the scarlet groove, that's fine. Okay, let me show you the areas where you can do this and you can commingle these ideas, okay? So if we start on the B, we're gonna go punch and jump up, and we're gonna have this 2 flat 3 3 to the 5. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, right? And so I'm gonna give you all the 1 2 3s right in a row. These are pseudo-chromaticisms. See how we're not actually going. We're gonna go up to. Okay, now we're gonna go. We're skipping over the flat 2, okay? But here we're gonna go. I've heard an additional way Jerry used chromatic notes is a walk up to a minor chord from a major chord. Great. I'm just sharing with you this technique, and we can look at other forms of chromaticism that people know about or utilize, and obviously we can look at, chromatic approach tones and enclosures and all that stuff. But this is a different thing. This is like a sequenced idea. We're taking like I think of it like, I always jokingly call it the bolero, okay? Because we're hearing that ta 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 ta, yeah. Okay, so we're going punch on the root, jump up to 2, and come and go. That's out of the B chord. We're going to keep going like. All right, and then when we get to the G string, I want you to change and bring the pinky in and go 1. That's the root. 2 flat 3 major 3. Okay, so we're going chromatically from 2 to 3 and 5 to 6. Okay. So what are we doing? We're hitting that 5 twice. Again, twice on here. Okay, like that. Again, from the 3 to the 5. Finally, 4 true chromatic notes. Then we're going to jump again. Now we've implied the flat 7. The 2 middle notes aren't really that important. So that's 3, 5, 5, 7. Okay. Then we can jump up 2 frets and go from the 6 to the root. And then begin. And then. Okay, pseudo-chromaticisms with the occasional real chromaticism, okay? So if we put that against here, we'll go. Okay? Okay, now these are just. Space, no C note. So now we can see that we're punching, jumping, coming down. Okay, now we could do that sooner. We can break to any combination of that. So we could go. That's all right. So on the way up from 3 to 5, sorry, 5 to flat 7, we can do that. But on the way back, it sounds better if we skip this G note here with the pinky. I mean, middle finger. So if we are going. Right, so we would go. Right, so we've got some. Those are two approach tones chromatically into every note of the B chord. It just so happens that we go from the flat 7 into the root. All right, and this is from the 2 into the 3. This is from the 4 into the 5. Flat 7 into the root again. And then the 2 into the 3 again. So this is a grade. Totally not chromatic. It's taking every note in the chord and going. So, and this little pivot move, right? Out of that B is another great way to do these descending pseudo-chromatics, okay? Okay, so we're getting these 3 in a row chromatics, dink, 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 right in. Shift. So depending on which direction you're going, you can stuff it all the way. Right? So those are, again, yeah, that's it. Very cool. Okay, so we've got access to all that now. Great for space. Like when you're doing this, maybe on the neck pickup, roll down, get an octave thing going where you're going. that's about it. There's not too much more to learn you. All right. Try connecting the chord tones. So if we're connecting like the pentatonic shape, right? We're gonna skip the 2. So 4, 4, right? Connecting these 2. And then from here, we're gonna go. And then. And then you'd have. Super fun during those stretch out, like find your way through the space. Okay, so I don't know what we've got cooking here. Do we have anybody responding to? It's an incredibly fun tool. I don't know if anybody's saying anything. Is that coming through? Is that folks like feeling that? Let's see what we got here. 12 whole people watching me. I've heard an additional way. Okay, so I don't have any. What did I miss? Hayes? You didn't miss anything, man. All right. Good news is everybody's got everything they need here. All right, I've got my little teleprompter back there. Everybody following that okay? Okay, wonderful. Hayes. So, okay, so that little 2-note approach tone thing. This brings me to like peel and pivot ideas, okay? So that's inflating the balloon, right? How do we let the air out? Let's look at peel and pivots. Starting from the root, we're gonna peel back to the 6, slide back, and then pivot. 2, 3, and 2, 3, and in context, it'll sound like this. Right? So now build up and let it out. Okay, so that's from the root to the 6th. Slide back, go to the B string, pivot, back to the B string. That's a 3-fret bend from kind Kind of reminds me of that like 77 where you hear. Oh. Okay, so if we're doing that, we could do that again. Okay, so that's another peel and pivot there. We could do a peel and pivot off of the. That's off of the flat 7. Okay, that's very convenient right there. We could also reach up and grab the 3. So we can. Okay, but I tend to I like easy ideas that I can play at full tempo, super fluid, quickly. So if we're starting from the 6, we would only do a 3-note pull off, okay? If there's a chord tone and a scale tone at the beginning and the end of the pull, okay, take it all. Pivot back, slide back to the next one, and then pivot. We could pivot here. That's what this is. Okay, I'm just kind of taking the same device and running it from different starting points. Okay, so if we're doing 4-note pulls, you don't want to go to, you wouldn't go like, you wouldn't go from someplace that didn't, you wouldn't go from the 6th to the flat 5. Nah, not, okay? There's only one time in the whole dead sphere that I do that, and it's not even to that intervallically. It's at the end of the build section of, help slip, and you're going. That little, that's not really very chord tone. That's the 9 to the major 7 over a minor 7 chord. Over like that kind of minor. Very creepy, that sound, okay? But I digressed. My apologies. Let's look at the rules governing deflating the balloon, so to speak. Okay, so from B down to the 6, from A down to the 5. If we do it from the 6, we're gonna go. If we do it from the 5, we're gonna go. Or we could do all 4 and go. All right, if we're doing it from the 4, we would go. If we're doing it from the 3, again, or. All right, if we're doing it from the 2, maybe there, or maybe we go off of the root again. So those are all the peels and pivots off of the high E in B. Six. Five. Four. 3. 2. And back to 1. Who's your baby? Who's your daddy? Who loves you? Who takes care of you? I remember being pretty stoked when I found those. All that does is give you so much freedom to let go during those big builds. So if you're sitting there worrying about what you're gonna do, going, you like that shirt? Yeah, they're like little woody surf vehicles, like wooden covered, surf wagons and stuff like that. All right, so I don't know whether or not I can responsibly let go. Does anybody have any questions about those runs, those ideas of the peel and pivot, kind of ideas as we're going back over the B7 sound or coming up through those kind of pseudo-chromatic? Or so bear in mind, we could shift at any point in time from one where we do a punch and a jump to so we go right, we could do that. Super duper tasty, or at least I like it, especially in this instance. All right, and for this purpose, inflating and deflating the balloon, so to speak. Okay, creating tension over a dominant chord, in particular, really nice over a static chord where you've got some time to pump it up and then really relieve it. Okay, so I don't know where else I could use that, but I know for a fact I do that all the time in the Scarlet Jam, for example, especially in the solo, like the primary solo in the tune. Definitely using that technique a lot. Okay, because you've got the part where you play the melody, and the hardest part is to build. I wouldn't say it's B. I mean, yes, the underlying scale is the B mixolydian. So we're going to take from the B note and pull back. From the A note, pull back from the 6, from the 5, from the 4. We can do that. When we're building up, I'm thinking more around the triad, though. I'm thinking about. So that's really the first time we've heard the 7 there. So that's the first time we've heard the flat 7. So far, everything else has done the pseudo-chromatic where it hops over. 5, sharp 5, 6, root 2, flat 3, 3, 3 chromatically up to 5, 5, finally kisses 7, and then very fun for those sections. Okay. You don't always have to have the 6 in there. It does sound nice. By the way, we should also talk about where the accents are in this great little groove that Garcia came up with. In particular, off the recorded album, the recorded version has Garcia playing, accenting 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Very fun to pay attention to this. I think he does that on One More Saturday Night too. Little chuck on the 1. Well, you get that. Well, on that you're getting. That's Bob. So try that on the. He'd be doing like. Garcia's doing. He does do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very cool tune. All right, but anyway, these pseudo-chromatics, they've definitely saved me. That one's not so good. This, you said love that one, meaning. Oh, you meant One More Saturday Night? Yep. Yeah, I mean that's a great little bit of guitar playing there on One More Saturday Night. But I don't think that Garcia had too much to do with that. I think that's a Bob Weir, Robert Hunter one of the few that Robert Hunter and Bob wrote together, or was written and brought out by Bob. You got that one. You've got Sugar Magnolia and Cassidy. No, not Cassidy. It's the other one. It's God damn it! What the hell other song did he really? Has great lyrics to it. Ah, forget it. Yeah, but Weather Report wasn't written by Robert Hunter. I don't think. It's Jack Straw is the other one I'm thinking of. Jack Straw's lyrics are written by Robert Hunter, and they're awesome. That song is crazy good. Sugar Mags, yes, was the end of their writing together. Yeah, that's what I heard. So yeah, all right. Well, that's all I really had in store for you fellas. And Lone, I believe I have literally 1% of the. I'm getting. I think I might actually be. I couldn't help but notice that I'm perilously close to having 10,000 subscribers. I'm kind of impressed with your ability to press the subscribe button. No, I'm kind of impressed that that managed to happen, because yeah, it's like 9,700 some odd. I don't know what it said here. 9,920. I don't know, some 20 something. All right, so if you're not subscribed and you're watching, press subscribe. Let's get me to 10 G's. It'd be fun. All right, so if you're wondering about pseudo-chromatics, that's how I think about it. Is I tend to connect the dots when I see chord tones in connected in groups of 4 that avoid some of the more gnarly notes. Like, I don't really like to run. You don't want to end on the sour sounds. You want to go from the 5 to the flat 7. So I'll use that in Bertha, for example, at the end if I'm doing that like. Right? I had to move. Anyway, I like a mix of the old ballsy Jerry and the kind of brilliant stuff that he came up with. But I tend to have my kind of default character be the more rockin' side of the Garcia sound, and a little bit less of the plinky, super crystal clear, hyper clean stuff from the late 80s. And I certainly don't really ever go in for like the super overdriven, howling overdrive sounds that he would use in the late '80s, like not this. I like super distortion. I like the super distortion, like what do you call it? The like Samson and Delilah, you know, that kind of stuff from the '70s, and that like that. I like that sound, that fuzzy beehive sound. I like that. But what I don't really go in for is like the sound that you hear him using on like that kind of, I don't know how to describe it any other way. It just kind of starts to howl and it has like a bad feedback effect. I'm not really too pleased with his stomp boxes into the Macintosh and the super distortion sounds. But yeah, for that, what do you got there? You got that cool, what is that? Where is that? Oh, this is kind of fun. You guys might get a kick out of this. Was it? That old Candyman sound, right? It's a little quiet, I think, but yeah. That's what's awesome about the Kemper. You press one button, I think I've got Leslie, reverb, delay, and auto wah going, you know, that kind of sound. Get that squared away again. It's been a while since I played that song live. Okay, let's talk a little bit about New Minglewood Blues. This is something that has a hold on 2 or 3 of my students. All right, so if we've got this tune here. This kind of thing. So what are we doing there? We've got these kind of that's the Bob stuff, right? You like my shirt? Sweet dude. All right, so New Minglewood's kind of weird because it starts on the 4, goes to the minor 3, right? Back to the 1. So that makes the soloing kind of feel strange because we start up. And Garcia likes to do this thing where he ends on the E's major third, not the flat third kind of hooking up, right on the downbeat. So you'll hear. That's the A chord, and then right into the 3rd, and then right into the 3rd of the A, and then you'll get a. And here we could have one of those. playing B chromatically, or pseudo-chromatically, chromatically, Anyway, kind of a fun groove, that new Minglewood thing. So if you're looking for the Bob part, it's so I think he does it with a slide, like let's get that. That slide sucks. There we go. Anyway, I don't play slide. You don't want me to play slide. You certainly don't want me to teach you slide, I promise you that. Maybe lap steel. That's about as good as it gets. I keep this little zip tie thing here to create a little bit of friction on the inside of this brass slide. And then the other one I have, it's kind of better made in that it's got this little bevel. So you can put it on your pinky and bend your finger, or you can turn it and get a little bit more width and get across all the strings, but it's still light enough that you can, but if you do it like this, you can bend your finger naturally like that and not have to worry about it. Anyway, yeah. All right, folks. Listen, there's not too much to talk about. I just figured I saw New Minglewood in my little song list here, and I thought, you know what the hell? I'll take a look at that. What else we got here? I think we're good. All right, guys. I'm gonna go and have a little fun here. Oh yeah, don't want Bobby to play lead on side. Love that. Wally's Room says he loves that song when he can actually play. You can't play Scarlet Begonias? Kind of like that. That's kind of a fun one to get lost in. Making up little loops and whatnot. I've touched on it a couple of times. That's what she said. All right, what do we got here? Kenny says, Jack is the best Grateful Dead professor on the web. Certainly the most sober. I mean, whatever. I've had my time, and I never really got caught by the bug too badly, I gotta say. It's good that as much as I had fun with that stuff, nothing ever really got its meat hooks into my soul in a bad way. It's been a long time since I've dropped acid, though. I think dropped acid. I haven't done that in a while. I took mushrooms over the course of the last couple of years, but they were like little old man doses. They weren't like real trips, anything like that. But one of these days, I'll probably start to explore a little bit more again. So let's see what we got here. Boom, boom, boom. What we got? That's empty now, and we'll come out of here. 20 times. Okay, what is that all about? All right, everybody. What is that? What the hell is that? What is that? Crazy Fingers? Where we should go, where we should go, we just ride.